Are you ready to take your fragrance game to the next level? The first tip is to avoid blind buying a fragrance. Have you ever been swayed by rave reviews or hyped up fragrances online only to be let down when they don't live up to your expectations? It's a common mistake to trust the opinions of others without considering your own unique body chemistry. Remember, a fragrance that smells great on one person might not work well with your skin. Always test fragrances on your own skin before making a purchase and give them time to develop. One fragrance trick that can save you a lot of disappointment is to find similar scents to the ones you already love. Websites like Fragrantica and Wiki Parfum let you search for fragrances based on fragrances you already have or like. So if you're obsessed with a certain scent, you can find similar fragrances that are more likely to work with your body chemistry. Next up, want to save some cash on your fragrance addiction? One secret is to shop at duty-free stores, especially when you're traveling. Duty-free shops, like those in airports, offer fragrances without the local import taxes, which means you can score your favorite fragrances at a discount. So next time you're traveling, make sure to pass by the duty-free shop and stock up on your signature scents. Your wallet and your nose will thank you.
Now you may be wondering, if I'm buying from a discounter, am I buying a legitimate fragrance? The answer is yes, if it's a trusted gray market seller. And basically what the gray market is when larger retailers need to unload inventory and they need to move it quickly so they can bring in new, they sell to these discounters at a huge discount. These guys then buy that fragrance in bulk and they sell it to us at a discounted price. And that's why sometimes you're going to see bottles like this that don't even come with a cap. I buy testers all the time. Why? Because they're cheaper. They don't come in a fancy box. Oftentimes they don't have the lid, which can cost a lot of money. And I'm able to save big money and I just don't get a fancy lid. So the first step in making sense of all of these choices is to understand that the majority of these fragrances are going to fall into one of two categories: your summer, your hot weather, your lighter fragrances, and then you are going to have your heavier, deeper, richer, winter-like fragrances. So now we've got these two categories: light and fresh during the day, heavy, dark, more for the evening. Why does this matter? Because depending on why you're buying the fragrance, you're going to go towards one or the other. If you want something that's versatile you can wear to the office, that's going to be in the lighter, fresher side. If you want something to wear out on a date that's going to attract the ladies, you're going to want something heavier and sweeter. Now, gents, fragrances can be expensive. You want to make sure you get the real deal. That's why I'm proud to bring you today's sponsor, MaxAroma. I'm linking to them down in the description, and they've got a great selection of fragrances. I've been picking up dozens of fragrances over at MaxAroma, and this has actually been for years, and so I was very happy to get this deal with them and to point out that these guys, what I love is their shipping. And if you're looking for a sample and you don't want to sign up for a subscription, they've got 5 ml samples of some of the most popular fragrances out there. Seriously, if you're looking to try niche perfumes, if you're looking to try high-end fragrances, you want to make sure you get the real deal, go over to MaxAroma. You don't have to subscribe, and as long as you use that link in the description of today's video with that discount code, you're going to get the best deal on the web. Next up, if you want your expensive fragrance to last longer, to project more, then the first thing you want to do is apply a moisturizer. This should be a neutral moisturizer, an unscented cream. You can use Vaseline as well. Point being is you want to seal up the skin where you're going to apply the fragrance. You see, if you've got really dry skin, it doesn't matter how strong the fragrance is, it's going to be absorbed, it's going to evaporate quicker, it is not going to last. So one of the best things you can do is apply that moisturizer, again, in the areas that you're going to wear the fragrance. By taking this one action, you're going to give even relatively weak fragrances the best chance to last and project. Now, that first tip was all about taking care of your skin, but don't forget, you can do this within your body as well by drinking more water. It sounds so simple, guys, but this right here can help your fragrance last longer. Now, specifically, where to apply on the body. I know I've talked about spraying in the chest area multiple times. For me, that's my go-to area, but in general, I like to spray on the hot spots of the body. So let's start with the chest. This is the easiest, and I think if you're just out of the shower, it's just something you can spray one spray right there, about 3 to 6 inches. Depends on the atomizer, which is basically the sprayer up here, how it projects and how it shoots. Again, you want to understand what you're using, but right here, about 3 to 6 inches sprayed right on the chest is a great place to start. After that, you can maybe move up to the neck. You can maybe go on each of the arms. You're looking for hot spots, again, areas where it's naturally going to get warm and the smell is going to radiate off. But what about clothing? So I get this question a lot, and I understand why you need to be careful, because you don't want to stain your clothing. But if you don't want this to touch your skin, and I get some people don't want that, and you want the fragrance to last longer, then consider spraying on your clothing. And this is a great option. Again, same areas: chest, back of the neck. If you're wearing a suit, you could spray it right on the wrist areas of the suit, maybe even on the arm, in the chest area, even the back shoulder area. All of this, again, especially if you want to leave that intoxicating sillage trail, get back to those earlier rules, understand what you're putting on and how strong it is. Now, this next tip is a bit more advanced, and that is to layer with ISO E Super or ambroxan. And right here, I've got eccentric molecules, number 1 and number 2, which is ISO E Super and ambroxan. What happens here? Basically, these don't really have much of a smell. They will mix with your fragrance and they will help it project and in some cases help it last longer. Now, to most people's noses, ISO E Super doesn't really have any scent, and this is my first choice for helping a fragrance last longer. But ambroxan can do that as well, and a lot of you guys are familiar with ambroxan because, yeah, Old Sauvage right here, this is an ambroxan bomb and really has made it popular for the masses. It's a strong, heavier scent, but it does project, and with this particular scent, I know the ladies love it. Oh, and if you ever want to check the authenticity of a fragrance, there usually is a number at the bottom right in here. And if it's on the bottom of the bottle, it should be on the box, but basically go to the mighty Google, type in fragrance authenticator lot number, and you should have this calculator pop up where you can actually enter that information and see if it is legitimate or not. Now, what if you know the fragrance is authentic, but it's just something off? It doesn't smell right. It could be that the fragrance has been damaged. How can it be damaged? Somebody probably stored that fragrance, maybe you, up on a windowsill, and sunlight came in, and sunlight is one of the worst things for a fragrance. But I do know that people buy vintage fragrances all the time and love them, but they're stored properly. They are not exposed to sunlight, because sunlight, what it does is it goes in and it excites the molecules, causes them to basically break up. It can tear apart the fragrance. And unfortunately, with the alcohol and the oil, it can cause them to basically break up, and it's not a good thing. It can, just really cause the fragrance to, die. I don't know what else to call it. So with all that being said, and if your fragrance checks out, it's legit, you still don't know what the issue is, but you love your fragrances, you want to smell better in the second half of the day, well, here's a quick hack. Take your fragrance, take that lid off, and get one of those travel atomizers. I love these things right here. Basically, it attaches right there. Just squeeze it a few times and it fills this up, and boom, you've got this travel atomizer. You can find these for $5, $10. Just look around. This right here is amazing. It's so simple to be able to take your favorite fragrance with you on the go.
Next, let's talk about a tip for drawing people in with your fragrance. The secret is finding the perfect balance in application. Not too overpowering, but also not too faint. You want to apply just enough so that when someone gets close, they can't help but notice and be intrigued. The key is to experiment and adjust until you find that sweet spot. With this trick up your sleeve, you'll have people leaning in to catch a whiff of your irresistible scent.
And with that being said, gents, if you're ready for your next video, boom, I got you covered right here. Check it out. Oh yeah. This video right here is gonna blow your mind. Okay, maybe not, but it's a good video. And you want to, come on, click right here. Go check it out. Solid video, gents. Thanks for watching.